Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with NXT's New Year's Evil episode broadcast live last night on the CW from the Shrine Expo Hall in Los Angeles. The show featured an appearance from The Rock, who addressed the live crowd in the final segment.
I have been down this road. I wrestled in Memphis as Flex Kavana. I know, most wrestling name of all time. I know what it's like, but I know what it's like to depend on the crowd. I want you to know you matter more than anything. I am here. Look, my job takes me away to a lot of places. I will always come back home to you. WWE, NXT, I love you. If you smell what The Rock is cooking!
The night also saw the crowning of 3 new champions, including Ova Femi, who became the new NXT champion in the main event, emerging victorious over Eddie Thorpe and previous champion Trick Williams in a triple threat match.
Trick shot! And he connected with Thorpe, but he also connected with that steel chair! Boom from Grace! We are new ruler in NXT! Here's your winner and the new NXT champion, Ova Femi! Unbelievable!
The other title changes included Julia winning the NXT Women's title from Roxanne Perez in the opening match, and Lexis King taking the NXT Heritage Cup from Charlie Dempsey in a sudden death match. In other results, Shotzi, Gigi Dolan, and Tatum Paxley beat Fatal Influence, and Stephanie Vacour became the #1 contender to the NXT Women's North American title, winning a Fatal 4-Way against Kalani Jordan, Cora Jade, and Lola Vice. Also shown in attendance live for the show last night were Paul Levesque and Nick Khan. In more NXT news, the next premium live event for the brand, NXT Vengeance Day, is set to take place on February 15th from Washington, D.C.'s Entertainment and Sports Arena. Announced in a press release on Tuesday, Vengeance Day marks the District of Columbia's first WWE premium live event since July 24, 2016, when Battleground was held at the Verizon Center. Tickets for Vengeance Day go on sale beginning today. And finally, in ratings news, last Saturday night's AEW Collision drew 345,000 viewers to TNT according to WrestleNomics, down nearly 46% from the 635,000 viewers the show achieved on December 21st. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a 0.9, also down significantly from the previous week's rating of 0.20. Due to the company's World's End pay-per-view taking place on the same night, there was no broadcast of AEW Collision on December 28th. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.